funniest pets and people. A guy who's a horse for a dog who's a guy. The dog gets taken for a ride. A bride is rejected. A dog with a frog in his throat. Some kids will get your goat. And a cantankerous cowboy rides into the sunset. It's the show that will have you sick, stay, laugh, and beg for more. Welcome to Funniest Pets and People. Whether you're watching the show or whether you are in the show, there are 3 words that describe it. This is fun. Hardwood floors are probably best cleaned with a dry mop, but for my money, it's a lot more fun to use a schnauzer. Okay, sure, it isn't as tough as monkey in the middle, but sure is more difficult than hamster in the middle. As in the middles go, giraffe in the middle is the toughest. You just can't get anything past him. And snake in the middle is by far the easiest. I mean, you might as well just play catch, am I right, people? But for having lots of fun and killing some time on a rainy afternoon, you cannot go wrong with a high-spirited game of kitty in the middle. Rolling over is one of the easiest tricks in Pierre's repertoire. But he learned long ago that if he made it look really difficult, he got bigger treats. Pierre, you are really a sneaky parrot, n'est-ce pas? Everyone loves when the mail comes. Unless all you get are past dues, final notices, and collection actions for unpaid bone bills. You see, Rover received all these credit cards when he was in obedience school. He learned how to sit, how to shake and heel, but he really never learned how to handle his credit. Yep, he'll be paying for that and the bones for a long, long time. Everybody laughed when these doggies bought a lottery ticket. I mean, come on, the odds are astronomical anyway, and you add to that the fact that a dog had never won. Well, no one is laughing now. Now that they've won, they have their humans at their beck and call. They swore if they won, they'd sit back and enjoy the ride, and it looks like they are doing just that. Living the dream, baby. Living the dream. When the neighborhood watch alerted families that a cat burglar was prowling about, many of them set up hidden cameras. And boy, were they surprised at the results. Who in their right mind would have suspected that the cat burglar was actually a dog? Meow. Since Adam was dressed in such festive colors, Snaggles mistook him for one of those kitty climbers. Good thing for Adam, Snaggles did not mistake him for a scratching post. Poor Marmalade. I thought she was smarter than that. When will all animals realize that the only thing that works is diet and exercise, period? Contraptions like these, they only make your wallet thinner. May seem unnecessary, it may seem like a waste of money. You might assume you will go your whole career without ever needing one. But When certain situations arise, you'll be glad you hired an umbrella wrangler. Go ahead, take your collar off, all the way off. It's time for Funniest Pets and People Unleashed. Isn't that sweet? When we told Ebenezer that he was going to appear on the show, he only had one reaction. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. Oh, au contraire, Ebenezer. You are plenty worthy. Okay, make a wish and blow out your candles. How did he know she was going to wish for a sister instead? It's okay, there are birthday do-overs. Now, about that sister? Christmas is associated with lots of smells. You have the sense of sugar cookies and gingerbread, fruitcake, peppermints, holly, pine, Yule logs, gumdrops, and mistletoe. But in this house, Christmas has pretty much always smelled like, well, like Earl here. Lou Bob here was a horse whisperer. Right now, he is whispering for the horse to whoa. Maybe Lou Bob should be a horse yeller. Or at the very least, a horse speaking in a normal tone of voice. See, whispering doesn't always get everyone's attention. Does it, Lou Bob? Traditionally, the woman who catches the bouquet is the next to get married, right? Uh-oh, this could get complicated. Is there a lawyer in the house? Is your reception too early to start dating again? Atta girl, you better give someone else a chance, right? Ginger got her nickname because of a bad bout of the old gingivitis. So now it has cleared up and she wants the world to know that it's time for a new nickname. Way to go, Smiley! Why would someone videotape their dog snoring in the middle of the night? Well, two reasons. One, incredibly cute. Two, when Maggie May here is snoring, no one in the house isn't going to get any sleep anyway. Living in Pothole Vista, home of the world's largest pothole, does have its trade-offs. Sure, the pothole brings in the tourists and garners a lot of media attention. But getting around town can be a bit of a challenge. Christopher has seen his older brothers get their mouths washed out with soap plenty of times. Now, Christopher may not be able to talk yet, but when he does, he'll already have built up some soap credit.
Jen, I will get your picture to me of the baby and of Lynn's car. I haven't seen it yet.
Ladies, you may want to cover your ears. Here's something you don't see every day. A dog and a turkey playing duck, duck, goose.
Go turkey! Go turkey! Go!
Looks like the dogs are lining up for a little Red Rover, Red Rover. Well, go ahead, send Tom Turkey over.
Well, no, that's not fair.
Boy, time flies when you're having fun, which is why playtime seems like it's gone immediately. You know what they say about curiosity in cats, right? In this case, all curiosity did was get him a little dirty. When Polly told her owner she wanted a playmate, this is not what she meant. No, seriously, it's fun and all that, but Polly was hoping to bat this thing back and forth with another bird. Baby goats are just like college kids when it comes to being resourceful. They used this old cable spool to make a climbing mountain, and back in their house, they took 3 cinder blocks and some 2x4s, and they made a really great shelf for their stereo, okay? A lot of people think cats hate birds. Not true. No, they're just jealous of their sweet, sweet cages. Nice digs, huh, Mia? Mia just wants to check it out. Uh-huh. Now Mia knows why the caged bird sings. Let this clip be a lesson to all of us. Any 2 living things are potential friends, neighbors, and brothers in spirit. You know, until their regular friends find out. But until then, oh, it's just beautiful, man. The best thing about playing cards with a bird is that they are incapable of cheating. You ever try to hide an ace under your wing? Can't be done. People will tell you that the rat race is tough, but nothing will chew you up and spit you out like the stick pony race. The following clips are kind of like working as an elevator operator. They have their ups and downs.
Maxie, jump.
How cute. They think Max is jumping to entertain them. Actually, he's the lookout while his brother is cleaning out the fridge. Can you blame him? All that jumping builds quite the appetite.
Jump.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. Willard Thompson share their first kiss as man and wife. And their first awkward moment as man and wife. Don't worry. Marriage is filled with lots of kisses and lots of awkward moments. Oops, must be Saturday. Bandit knows that the newspaper runs those free puppies to a good home ads on Saturdays. I mean, he likes puppies and all. Come on, who doesn't, right? But Bandit is pretty happy being an only dog, and, well, he wants to keep it that way. The rule book clearly states that the referee is to be considered part of the playing field. so they're going to mow him down. Being the Easter Bunny's understudy is not easy, but Rufus here keeps in top physical shape just in case. Yep, Rufus practices hopping every single day. Even though the Easter Bunny hasn't used a sick day in over 700 years, boys and girls all around the world can rest assured that if the Easter Bunny ever does get sick, Rufus will be right there. For Rufus, it is hippity-hoppity, Easter is always on its way. Range 32 degrees. 32 degrees. Latitude 41 degrees. 41 degrees. Fire! We have missed the target. Prepare to reload. Walking under a ladder brings nothing but bad luck, right? Well, you can't expect a chipmunk to know that. Don't do it, Mr. Chipmunk. Oh no, the only way to make the bad luck go away is to spell Mississippi backwards 3 times during a full moon. But Chipmunk can't spell, and it's daytime. Ah, I knew it. Some like it subtle, some like it bold. Any snowman will tell you, some like it cold. Dabney flew south for the winter. Problem is, he flew too far south. See, if you end up at the South Pole, you probably should have just saved your strength and stayed up north. You think it's frustrating when you can't open a pickle jar. Well, try doing it with hooves. In the snow. At this hour. With gas prices so crazy, Bob went a different route. It may not be luxurious, but he gets 75 miles per bag of kibble. Boy, don't you hate it when a glimpse behind the scenes ruins all the movie magic? Now, when you see this in the theaters and the film is all cleaned up, it'll look like Prince Pupini is flying his magic carpet through the clouds over fictitious Albaruni Abulu, when in actuality, it's just a rug being pulled through the snow by a snowmobile. That is why Hollywood is the dream factory.
As far as I know, I'm the only one who can do this.
You know, for every successful sport, like baseball or football, there are literally thousands that never caught on. Like, for instance, the ankle bone coin toss.
Well, that was big time. I'm going to flip a quarter off my ankle. Notice there's nothing there but part of the couch and a ruled paper to show how high it goes.
One more time. Heads, you stop doing this. Tails, we never speak of it again.
And there's a flip. I'd say about a 12 inch.
These videos are ready for the big time. This would be number 2 on the bird's list of fears he wants to overcome. After this, it's on to the lion's cage. In the dog world, this is the equivalent of having a cherry on top of your ice cream. never underestimate the power of a garnish. Do you know a funny pet or person? Are you a funny pet or person? Well, tape your pet or yourself doing something funny and send it to Funniest Pets and People, P.O. Box 7898, Burbank, California, 91505-9998. Make sure no animals or people are harmed in the making of your video, and please include your phone number. If we use it on the show, we'll send you $100 on a Funniest Pets and People t-shirt. And here is the reason you should not eat at the beach. Seagulls are all on seafood diets. They diet on all the food they see. See you next time on Funniest Pets and People, a sock-pulling pooch, a spring-loaded squirrel, a Canadian deer does the Egyptian, some dogs that walk themselves. So wake yourself up and get yourself a good seat. It's the show that will have you sick, stay, laugh, and beg for more. Welcome to Funniest Pets and People. Put on your mittens, it's time for outdoor fun. In this game of telephone, the bear started off with the word skatefish, and somehow it turned into scratch my itch. But the truth is, when you're covered in bristly fur, the word always turns into scratch my itch. But the bears are pretty good at keeping secrets. If you hibernated 6 months out of the year, you would be too. Okay, it may be strange to put a bird through beauty school, but then again, you try finding all those individual gray hairs and yanking them out one by one. Though the bird's real skill is plucking eyebrows. They don't call him Tweezy Bird for nothing. And what does he do when he's done? Well, let's just say he's the only bird on the East Coast to have a nest entirely made from eyebrows. If you're gonna throw a surprise party in the park and you're gonna invite squirrels, make sure they know the signal of when to jump out of their hiding spaces. Because squirrels can be very, well, squirrely. You are seeing the official unveiling of the world's first robot deer. So amazingly lifelike, you can't tell the difference between the robot deer and a real one. Oh, okay, we still got a few kinks to work out. Now here's a thirsty chipmunk who's figured out how to drink from a juice box, which for a chipmunk is like drinking Lake Erie. Woohoo! Of course, the little boy who left his lunchbox out won't be too happy when he realizes his juice is gone and not his broccoli.
Likes juice boxes.
Mr. Peepers was determined to take Lady for a walk. But it looks more like Lady's taking Mr. Peepers for a drag. From the way he's getting pulled along, looks like the sea air isn't doing him a world of good, but it's all right, he's still happy. He figures with this much sand around, he's gotta run into some cats to chase. You know you've got bad weather when it's faster to move through traffic on skates. And it truly is speedy, though you give up a lot of trunk space. And by the way, it's not a vanity plate on the back if it says Levi's. These next laughs come so easy, they're child's play. Little Mikey is having a hard time, but no one ever said pirate school would be a picnic. Well, training with that bird may be bothersome, but it beats the walking the plank lessons. Mikey's given up fighting, though. Yeah, he said he's tired of arguing. Is that a video camera? Is that a video camera? No, seriously, is that a... Because that would be so, totally embarrassing. Yes, it's a video camera. Welcome back to the KWF Kids Wrestling Federation, where we are watching some rugrat roughhousing between Timmy the Timinator and the Bobzilla. A pile drive into a noogie. Ladies and gentlemen, this fight can go either way. And the winner by a knockout, the White Coop. Why is this dog pulling at the little boy's socks? Well, all he knows is last year around Christmas time, the red ones hanging on the mantle had treats in them. So he's been checking ever since. Besides, he's got to go out for a walk in some pretty low temperatures, so he was hoping to snag himself a little snout warmer. These baby ducks will follow their leader anywhere. Although they do find this giant baby duck a little strange looking. The boy really had a good time playing with him, but now he's ready to go home. Anybody know what is duck for catch you later, amigo? This young boy is forcing his little sister to smell his feet. And while she is temporarily overpowered, this was the moment that inspired her to one day grow up and invent a super strong clothespin. Eventually, this cat's gonna clean this little guy enough to realize, wait a minute, that's no jumbo kitten. But you can't exactly take back a lick now, can you? Actually, the cat has moved on from just licking himself in order to beat the record for world's largest hairball. Good luck, Whitey. We're rooting for you.
Hold your nose and smile. It's water play.
When you take too long on the diving board, some monkeys get really impatient. So long, Lucy. Okay, now Zim Zam is gone, so Jimbo can have his turn. Oh, wait, here comes Lucy again. And nothing's gonna stop her from diving, except the height. Now Zim Zam's back with a vengeance. Boy, when it comes to cooling off, it seems monkeys don't monkey around.
Okay, I'm feeling really strong this year, guys. I can't wait to jump in the water and swim. Here we go. Maybe next time. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, I'm good. Okay. Oh, come on, I can't let the water intimidate me. Here I go. I'm going in the water. Last one in is a scared bird.
Why is the cat drinking from the faucet? Well, he figures if the itsy-bitsy spider can come up the water spout, why not a teeny-weeny mouse? But the truth is, you'd be thirsty too if you just finished a marathon nap.
It's a very special day. Honey,
How do you know when it's time to hit the gym?
and I'd like to sing a little song for you. It goes something like this.
If a flower bouquet lays you out,
I can't feel my legs.
talk about strange insurance policies, though. Wedding singers have to carry comp, collision, and carnation.
It's over. Somebody bring me champagne with a beer chaser.
Hey, it's Funniest Pets and People. Rewind. Do not adjust your television set. You are seeing a dog that loves the bath. He finally figured out that it's like jumping through 1,000 sprinklers all at once. But now that his owner has gotten a dog to enjoy the tub, he may need to add a snake to clear out the drain. Are you a squirrel who likes to gamble? Then get your furry tail over to the Silver Spurs Squirrel Casino, where squirrels like you hit the biggest jackpots. Silver Spurs Squirrel Casino, featuring an all-you-can-stuff-in-your-cheeks buffet. Now here's a toddler who really loves his milk. Mmm, delicious. Hey, if it's good to drink, well, maybe it's good to eat, huh?
Non, mange.
Okay, fine. He'll just pour it on his food like, like buttermilk dressing. No. Well, darn it, he wants his milk. Got towel? And now another episode of Pete, the agoraphobic, claustrophobic hamster.
Hey, this is cool being outside my box in the big blue world where there are trees, clouds, and thunderstorms. Thunderstorms? Ah! Gotta get back. Inside, where it's nice and safe, and dark, and tiny. Can't breathe. Must get out. That feels better. Fresh air, flowers, bees. Bees! Ah! Oh, yes. Can't get me in here. Not inside my safe little box. Tiny little, too small box. Help! Where?
Well, I guess some cliches are true. Married people do start to look like each other. But really, we should have seen this coming when the minister wound up his vows by saying, "I now pronounce you food and fight." Of course, somebody always cries at a wedding. In this case, it's the janitor who has to clean up this mess. Are you facing difficult hurdles alone? Are you in over your head? Then try Long Pole Jumping Academy, where we'll train you so that no hurdle is too high and no puddle is too deep that you can't get past them in one leap. Long Pole Jumping Academy, where you're guaranteed to advance with flying colors. If you look outside and you see your dog doing this, well, he could be getting too many spring vegetables in his diet. Okay, that wasn't the greatest joke, I know. Actually, maybe he's a little high-sprung, Wow. Well, we won't even bother with the rubber plant jokes. Oh, just let the dog in, please. Through new sleep monitoring technology, we are seeing first-time footage of a cat's worst nightmare. Truth is, this is a doggy daycare center. And by the way, that ball they're fighting over is 1% rubber and 99% dog spit. This is a rare performance caught on tape of the Hallway Globetrotters. And after many, many hours of practice, he's really getting pretty good. Of course, there are no opponents, no time clock or net to make a basket in, but He doesn't know that, so way to go, Sparky! Get prepared to laugh, because it's good times. You laugh, but only 9 weeks ago, that lawn was covered in leaves. Seriously, check it out. A dog pushing a broom. So we know this much. It's not a guy dog. Actually, this dog is confused, and it's led to some problems. Sure, pushing a broom on the grass is no big deal, really, but when he runs a lawnmower over the carpet, gotta look out. It was right about now that Rufus realized that, as far as dental hygiene is concerned, this is way more fun than flossing and brushing. But you know the real reason why he's got his mouth on that thing? He's hoping the vacuum suddenly reverses and he gets a mouthful of yummy crumbs and scraps.
Smile, Buffy! Smile again!
I don't want to say this cat is tough, but he's the first we've ever seen to hiss in his sleep. But then again, you gotta ask yourself, what would your reaction be if someone kept screaming "smile" at you while you were sleeping? It was after doing this trick 50 times that Malcolm started to realize, hey, he's getting the liver treats and I'm getting bupkis. But then he remembered the joke's on the other dog. These snaps are nacho flavored and Malcolm hates. No, wait, he loves nacho flavor. Dang, a double diss. Watch carefully, because these next jokes are gonna fly by. It's Feathered Friends. Forget a cracker, Polly wants some mouthwash. Okay, laugh it up, people, but this parrot has no tooth decay. That's probably because he has no teeth, but still, to stay looking his best, he's using a beak whitening system. Now watch as this clever parrot climbs out of his cage to eat some cereal. First, he checks to make sure no one is looking. Only 2 kids, mom and the dog. Great, in the clear. Now remember, he's a bird, not a Nobel Prize winner. Now he's at the bowl, spoon and claw, and ready to dig in, which leads to the obvious question, who gets to keep the special prize that comes in the box? Here, Leroy is also having some cereal, but he is very particular. He'll only eat the moon and stars, not the hearts and clovers. It seems little Andy isn't happy about sharing his breakfast. He figures no one's gonna believe him, just like that time the dog ate his homework.
This one, too hard. This one, too ripe. This one's too... I like this one. It's perfectly ripe. In about a week. Too hard, too hard.
Face it, some birds are just impossible to please.
Too soft. Too... Hello, we got a winner! Oh, it's a bit too ripe. Too ripe. Too hard. Too ripe, too hard, too hard. Too hard, too hard, too ripe.
Just impossible.
Too soft, too hard. Too hard.
This wedding ceremony has reached the symbolic unity ritual of 2 flames lit by 1. Okay, let's give it a minute. Okay, maybe this means they're gonna also need a symbolic couples therapy ritual.
It's time to stretch those smile muscles. It's athletes.
This dog is extremely well trained. In fact, the only thing he doesn't understand is why his owner keeps accidentally dropping that ball. Could it be lack of sleep? Come on, what's the problem here? All right, this is starting to get tiring, even for a pooch. After this, only 1,000 more throws.
Ow. 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 Ow.
The mark of a true champion, no pain, no gain.
Come on, bring it. Bring it on. Bring it on now. Oh. Ow. Kill.
Do you know a funny pet or person? Are you a funny pet or person? Well, tape your pet or yourself doing something funny and send it to Funniest Pets and People, P.O. Box 7898, Burbank, California, 91505-9998. Make sure no animals or people are harmed in the making of your video, and please include your phone number. If we use it on the show, we'll send you $100 on a Funniest Pets and People t-shirt. This bird started out wanting the newspaper to build a nest, but wound up seeing here in the classifieds that he could get a 2-bedroom condo for just 5% down. Okay, now he's stuffing those strips of newspaper right into his feathers. Doesn't he know it's dangerous to read and fly at the same time? See you next time on Funniest Pets and People. A baby who's a real puppy pleaser. A monkey who's quite a swinger. A baby goes heels over head. A 4-legger goes 3-wheeling. A dog takes stock of a sock. And a cook who likes everything well done.
Oh! It's the show that will have you sick.
Stay, laugh, and beg for more. Welcome to Funniest Pets and People. Remember, the average times just make the good times seem all that much better. Yes, Hollywood knows what people like. Combine competent lifeguards with adorable dogs and exciting life-saving adventure on the high seas, and you get
Dog Watch.
Yes, you won't want to miss an episode of beautiful TJ and her dog Mitch as they save lives, frolic, patrol the beach, frolic, chase bad guys, and frolic some more. We only wish the show was on every night. Oh man, if I'm ever drowning, I just hope TJ and Mitch are there to save me again and again, and we can frolic.
Dog Watch.
Where it's always safe to swim, the dog paddle. With a broken water main just down the street, there had to be some serious improvising when it came to Junior's bath time. Time to bring in the puppy brigade. Well, they'll have that baby so clean you could eat off him. Not that you would. I was just using that euphemistically as an example to show how clean the baby will be when the pups are through bathing him. You know, not really eating. We're talking C-L-E-A-N, folks. Clean. After catching some other dogs using his towel, Ranger here was going to make darn sure it never happened again by marking it as his own territory. And we mean really marketing. Oh yeah, folks, no mistaking it, this towel belonged to Ranger. Why, anyone with a nose could tell that. Even if your sniffer was all snuffed out, you'd know this towel was Ranger's. bull here takes his name way too seriously. His owners meant it as a joke. You know, like when you call a right-handed guy lefty or you call a left-handed guy righty. Yeah. But Bull is taking his name way too seriously. Like when he sees the color red, for example. Anytime he sees red, he charges like he is in the center of the ring. Come on, Bull, she's no matador, she's a toddler, for pity's sake. So dial back the bullish behavior, will you, buddy? And they should have just named him Tiny. Late. The main objective of any gathering at the McClintock's ranch was to keep the Frisbee away from Bosco. But you see, once Bosco sunk his teeth into it, nobody was going to get to play Frisbee until Bosco wanted them to. Scrunchy was very particular about the firmness of the inflatable raft. Too firm and it hurt his widow back. He liked it better when there was a little give in the middle. See, that way you could sunbathe and still stay cool from the water gently lapping up on the sides. But they seemed determined to get as much air in there as possible. Scrunchy may just have to bite the raft in the end. Or the guy pumping the raft up. Benny's parents told him they felt he was too old for naps and too old to play with Mr. Mousy. Well, Benny would just have to see about that. Hello, Mr. Mousy. Nighty-night, everybody. It takes years of training and dedication to make it on television as an athlete. Or someone could just film you in the backyard. Your choice. Santini was a great ball player. Ever since he was a kitten, he showed incredible skill, but his talents never got the respect they deserved. But that was only fuel for Santini's fire. The less they applauded, the harder he tried.
Is that good enough for you? Well, is it?
Oh, Easter after Easter, the eggs just seem to get bigger and bigger. In fact, they've gotten so big that the Easter Bunny trains with a balloon in the off-season just to make sure he can handle the cargo come springtime.
I'd rather be a reindeer.
Now, the golf course is filled with numerous hazards. There are sand traps, water hazards, woods, and of course, the rough. But the most dangerous thing to any game of golf is a bad follow-through. You can take the monkeys out of show business, but you just can't take the show business out of the monkeys. They were brought to the Stone Bailey Animal Sanctuary to relax. But every afternoon at about 2:30 on the nose, it is showtime. After doing shows in Vegas for the last 10 years, these professional primates just don't know any other way to do it. Now, they may have stopped charging admission, but you can't say you don't get your money's worth, or your monkey's worth. The only downside to having Fang fetch the ball is that you can only do it once. They really should teach Fang to fetch a stick. Ladies and gentlemen from Abrashastadt, it is the Eastern Europeans' most graceful cycling team. Nope, okay. It is Eastern Europe's driest cycling team. Nope, okay. You fellas, what do you say? Let's stay away from that water altogether, okay? No, what do you say we just don't ride the bikes? Geechee promised he would clean his cage, but come on. First, you should use a broom and not your tail. Second, 2 words, dustpan. Sweeping does no good unless you pick up what you sweep. And third, come on, Geechee. Sweeping in just one place only makes a clean spot. It doesn't clean the cage. Well, a deal is a deal. Stoney said he would pull Wendy for 45 minutes and then it was his turn. By my watch, he has really pulled her for about 49 minutes, but who's counting? Well, Stoney for one. So Wendy, if you don't let Stoney get his turn, he will not want to pull you in the sleigh anymore. Wow. It's like she knows it's the last snow of the season. Planes, trains, and automobiles. If that won't get you there, take a boat. There are all sorts of different ways to travel. Now, it may look like the bird here is taking a ride on the dog's back, but in reality, the bird is telling the fleas that their ride on the dog's back has now come to an end. People who know him will tell you that Ripley doesn't know whether he's coming or going half the time. Perhaps this is why. Well, it certainly is sporty, and the pink color is very eye-catching, but Ozzy likes something with a little more horsepower. This machine really doesn't look like it can off-road. Yeah, see? Now that's what I'm talking about. Not only can Ozzy hit all his favorite terrain, but he can take his best friend for a spin as well. Pardon me, boys, is that the cockatiel choo-choo? Oh, sorry, this is the parakeet choo-choo. Could someone kindly point me to track 29? This budgie wants to go on the rodeo circuit real bad, but to prove himself, he has to stay on his mount for the full 8 seconds. Hey, come on, that's cheating. He used both wings. In rodeo, you can only use one wing. Everybody knows that. You know, maybe rodeo clowning is more his speed. These swans have done a great job teaching their babies to swim. Well, not all of them. Hans and Franz are scared of the water. That's okay. Mom doesn't mind giving them a ride. They'll outgrow it. They better. For super style and no split ends, you can't go wrong with holy water. It gives you everlasting body and makes your hair absolutely divine. The funniest pets and people are always worth an encore visit. Hit rewind. Oh, no, wait, let us. Snowball is tired of sliding on these hardwood floors. Well, he didn't mind at first, but come on, you slide into the wall like 1,000 times and see how you like it. So come on, folks, at least trim Snowball's nails. It's like an ice rink out there. Just because Travis wants to sit in his newfangled Barco lounger all day and make his dog do all the work doesn't make him a lazy boy. Just makes him a punster. Would you believe that the wheel is stationary and this kid is actually spinning the house around him? But since the camera is mounted on the wall, it gives the illusion that the child is spinning, when in actuality it is the house that is, Yeah, you're not buying that, are you? To heck with store-bought costumes. This Halloween, Edgar is making his own. He's going as a peacock. This is little Eddie Kreskin. He can predict the future. Watch and listen.
Why though? Are you afraid your kite's gonna get away? It won't. See, look at Daddy's kite isn't getting away. Hold it up in the air.
Did you see that? Yeah, next stop Vegas, baby. It's amazing how mishearing a single word can totally change your approach to things. This poodle thought the expression was, "bite it like Beckham." If you think ball players are a little rusty during spring training, imagine how rusty they must be in winter training. Nick totally misread the instruction to their new video camera. The camera zooms in on the boy. You don't zoom the boy into the camera, Nick. You really gotta admire the horse's optimism, but they will never catch it. I don't know what that car is packing under the hood, but it certainly is more than 2 horsepower.
Okay, let's put her back in. Okay, Oops. Opa! That's what I call outrageous, folks.
Now, tradition says you should cook your turkey in an oven. Sure, it'll be tasty, but it won't look anywhere near as cool as this.
Hey, we need to do something here. We got oil splashing everywhere.
It'll burn off. But I'll tell you, it's starting to burn down a little bit. I think your bird's gonna do okay there, TJ.
Holy cow. That thing's gonna be done in 5 minutes. Look at the handles on the pot. They're gone.
Yeah.
They don't have to come from a store or be expensive, but they do have to be a lot of fun to play with. They're toys. Silly to spend hard-earned money on cat toys when they have just as much fun with everyday household items. You think he loves that toilet paper roll? You should see him with a box of foam-packing peanuts. Good times, my friend. Good times. Now, I can't believe they put that tissue box on my head. Oh, no. Is the camera running? Tell me the camera's not running. It is, isn't it? Oh, I am so humiliated. I just want to crawl into the box and I want to disappear altogether. You people have no idea. I have no respect. I'm okay, if anyone cares. Marvin's dream was to make a miniature likeness of himself out of marzipan. He's happy with how the body turned out, and now he's making those final little adjustments to the face. A wrinkle here, a dimple there. The only problem with working in marzipan is sometimes it melts a little. An old wives' tale says that a surefire way to get rid of athlete's foot is to smear bacon grease between your toes. Now, what the old wives won't tell you is that they might work, but it'll drive your dog nuts. He seemed to excel so much when he finger painted that he thought he would put his whole body into it. You're tuned to WFPP, nothing but smooth sounds for your enjoyment. Clef wasn't sure who, but he knew darn well someone had knocked his piano out of tune. Yep, the dog was here. F sharp has some telltale drool on it. She tried to pay attention. She tried to learn. But she just couldn't get into it because deep down in the bottom of her heart, she knew she just wasn't a musician. She was a dancer. If only she weren't so pigeon-toed. We may not be able to understand either of them, but they do seem to be having a wonderful conversation, don't they? Do you know a funny pet or person? Are you a funny pet or person? Well, tape your pet or yourself doing something funny and send it to Funniest Pets and People, P.O. Box 7898, Burbank, California, 91505-9998. Make sure no animals or people are harmed in the making of your video, and please include your phone number. If we use it on the show, we'll send you $100 on a Funniest Pets and People t-shirt. Skitch thought he had found the absolute perfect out-of-the-way place to take a nap. And it was. Right up until band practice. Wow, what a rude awakening. Make the ringing stop. Is anyone going to answer that phone? Hello? 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 See you next time on Funniest Pets and People. A fur ball in the corner pocket. A heifer plays hide and seek. A puppy chases someone else's tail. And a strike gets someone grounded. So invite over some friends. And get comfy. It's the show that will have you sit, stay, laugh, and beg for more. Welcome to Funniest Pets and People. Tired of working? Well, then let's play. In the playbook, this is known as the old snatch and chill. Snatch the boy's hat, run long, fake left and button hook into deep snow. Wait till the boy missing his hat gets the sniffles and has to go inside, and chill by the fire. It always was a bummer to Waldo how everyone clears out of the recreation hall
Just because the 14-foot cat came around.
Actually, Waldo is a pretty smart player, because when the game is almost over, he just coughs up another hairball to keep the game going. Clearly, Chirpy is in no mood for Molly's shenanigans. He just came from doing his taxes, and his deductions don't add up to any refund at all. And frankly, the bird can't understand why the dog wants his attention when there is a perfectly good cat to chase. Now, we all know that when a ship sinks, it's women and children first. But where do ducks fit in? Well, perhaps it's best to abandon ship before your raft turns into a reef. In truth, we're not really sure what these fellas are afraid of. The whole thing sinks and leaves them in the water, they're gonna float. They're ducks. This dog is working at the beach as a lifeguard. And yes, he did it to meet girls, but wait, a little boy needs help. Wow, remarkable. Not that he saved the little boy, but that he wound up taking a bath. But now the dog has a big problem. How is he gonna shake off the water and mess up the wallpaper in the living room when he's out here? Okay, I agree with you. This is a little odd, a cat playing ping pong and all, but you gotta admit, he's got a really mean back paw. Whoa! Nice return, Tabby! Truth is, he's not actually trying to play the game, he's trying to stop it. To use this table for what it was truly meant for, piling up comfy laundry and sleeping. How did this happen? 9-inch bucket, 8-inch snout, 1 oat flake on the bottom. You do the math. Actually, old Bessie is just a very vain bovine dealing with a bad haircut. But finally, here comes Farmer Bob, who yanks that thing off Bessie's face. And now she can see! Everybody's laughing. And now it's time for college prep questions. If a 108-pound woman running 30 feet hits a wall at 12 miles per hour, will she need A, 2 inches of safety padding, B, 3 inches of safety padding, or C, 4 extra strength aspirin? And now it's Funniest Pets and People Unleashed. Like everyone, Lucy heard her whole life to be aware of black cats. So you really can't blame her for getting a little freaked out now that there's one 2 inches from her. And finally, she realizes she's just looking in a mirror and is so angry at herself, she'd love to break that mirror, if it didn't mean 7 years bad luck. Cats are mysterious animals and very hard to read. But our experts have interpreted this one's body language as saying, "Beat it, pal!" Now the puppy is mistaking that tail for a leash and trying to get the cat to take him for a walk. It might have worked, too, if the cat wasn't overdue for a 10-hour nap. This little horsey is tired of slackers and decides to give another horse a little kickstart. Hey, let's see that again in slow motion. This little horse is tired of slackers and... No, that's not what we meant. Just the clip in slow motion, fellas, which... Thanks. Dashing through the snow on a one-horse open sleigh. Though my troubles grow as my horsey runs away. Hey, hey, hey! Someone call a cab. I got the number written down. Don't have time to gab. If I'm late, the boss will get unwound. It's nice to see a father teaching his son how to play a game. Although we bet right about now, Dad wishes the game was chess. But like they always say, if it hurts, walk it off. This guy should be feeling better by the time he gets to Cleveland. This little girl is learning her ABCs. But it looks like she's going right from ah to chew. Well, she's very happy right now, but she might be confused later in life when she thinks she can make it as a comedian just by going on stage and sneezing. This guy doesn't understand the only way to find Rudolph is to turn out the lights. Actually, this should teach both of these guys a lesson. If you're gonna bring gum, bring enough for everyone. Especially if everyone has horns. Most critics agree George of the Jungle 8 looks like you should probably wait till it comes out on cable. See if you can guess the exact moment when this woman tells the horse it's time to get him new shoes. We're sure this woman's heard the age-old saying, but if a horse can throw you without even riding him, she's wondering whether getting right back on is such a good idea. Zachary would do almost anything to get out of brushing, just like most 4-year-old boys. But the fact is, this cat doesn't see a toothbrush. He sees a little whisk broom that's gonna sweep precious bits of tuna right out of his mouth. Okay, truth is, we have no idea why the cat's swatting at that toothbrush, but who cares? It's kind of fun to watch for about 30 seconds, isn't it? Wipe away those tears of laughter and look what I can do. Everyone agrees that nursing is healthy. But when it gets to the point that one of your nursing kittens has its own kittens, you have to say enough is enough. Although we just learned the truth is this big cat isn't nursing. She just woke up from a nap that started when she was a kitten herself. Little Beppo knows some amazing tricks. He can turn on command, say yes, nod his head, sneak money from the change jar, go buy dog snacks and secretly eat them in the backyard, and throw away all the empty wrappers.
Yes, I want it. Say yes. Yes. Say I want it. No, just say yes. Yes. Say yes.
His owner doesn't know about the last 3 tricks, but why do you think Beppo is so willing to do the first 3? Now watch carefully as this clever kitty figures out how to work that spigot and drink water. You know what she's got to be thinking? Got milk? By the way, this goes a long way explaining why everyone at the office thinks the water cooler has a faint liver and kidney flavor. But seriously, the cat sees water flowing and figures, well, she might as well stand downstream, because you never know, maybe a salmon will leap out. If this isn't your dog saying, "Feed me," we don't know what is. And you can chuckle all you like. We hope you are, in fact, but for 6 years running, this dog has won top honors at the Tampa Shuffleboard Championship. In your face, Grandpa! This surprise skill solves every little kid's dilemma in the country. You can get the cat to finish your glass of milk. But seriously, the way the cat sees it, he can drink milk and lick his fur, so it's a win-win. Well, we'd love to show Kitty polishing off all the milk, but come on, the show's only a half hour.
Hello, are you happy with your long-distance service? Because we're... Hello? Hello?
The Andersons had finally come up with a perfect way to handle those annoying telemarketers.
Hi, I'm Ted, and I'm offering term life insurance for just pennies compared to national brands. Hello? Hello?
Yes, the Andersons won't ever have to worry about telemarketers again, unless it's a guy from Bacon of the Month Club. This clip represents one small leap for a man, one giant wrap for a bandage. And now some laughter on the down low. It's kids. The amazing thing about this clip isn't how the dog takes the biscuit from the boy's mouth. It's that the boy likes dog biscuits in the first place. But it could help to explain why the kid also loves chasing frisbees and digging up rose bushes. The last time we saw someone play a guitar with his teeth, Jimi Hendrix was blowing away the crowds at Woodstock. Actually, the little fella knows the guitar is made of wood, and he heard his parents say he has to be sure to get plenty of fiber in his diet. Besides which, it's a lot easier than when he tried chewing on a saxophone. When little Billy said he wanted a wild deer as a pet, he really wasn't figuring his dad would call his bluff. I mean, he also said he wanted to meet SpongeBob SquarePants. Okay, a little backstory. Earlier today at breakfast, Teddy wasn't allowed to play video games until he finished his sausage, which somehow wound up slipping into Teddy's pants pocket. I guess all kids have to learn that age-old lesson about fibbing. Don't hide meat in your pants if you have a dog. Say hello to Harry Hip Hop Dickerson. Yeah, it's no wonder his senior class voted him most likely to throw his back out doing an 80s dance move. But luckily, his best friend Larry was voted most likely to be an accident injury attorney.
K-Toddler presents a remarkable collection of music no family should be without. 6 babies play classical. Mozart's Piano Concerto. Bach's Overture No. 3. Wagner's The Flying Dutchman. Vivaldi's The Four Seasons. Beethoven's Symphony No. 5. And many, many more. All on this 2-CD collection. 6 babies play classical. And if you order now, you'll also get the finest set of matched earplugs available. Just dial 1-900, please make it stop. We all know what happens to the children on Santa's good list, but you never hear about the kids on Santa's naughty list. Let's just say you don't want to mess with Santa's reindeer. Two's company, and three's a riot. This week on Barrier Reef 90210, Jessica and Maxwell reunite.
No, Max, we shouldn't.
But I love you.
But my parents said we can't, and they mean business. This time it won't be a slap on the fin.
Jessica, don't turn your tail on me.
But we...
Kiss me, Jay.
Oh, I can't resist when you call me Jay.
Tune in next week when Jessica's parents start to suspect something fishy is going on. Our animal expert has translated this rare mule courting ritual.
Hey! What? Got a job interview. Check my breath.
Minty, but I smell garlic underneath.
Dang, gotta get some breath spray.
This little dog is a real tough guy. He chased several big dogs from behind the fence in the yard today, and now he's letting his reflection know who's boss. Next up, watch out, Shadow. There's a new sheriff in town. These two dogs have been at it all day, and they still can't settle who's going to carry the animal unity and friendship banner. The next time your dogs find themselves in this kind of fight, remember, the resolution to any struggle starts with respect, communication, and mutual slices of pizza. There's nothing more exciting than opening presents on Christmas morning when everyone finds out if they've gotten what they want.
Oh, let it be another red hat. This one I've got is wearing out.
Hope Daddy gets a different hat. Any kind of hat. I'm so tired of that red one.
Hope my brother gets some new pants. I'm tired of staring at his underwear.
Muscle ointment. Oh, please, I hope they got me some muscle ointment.
Let's see a smile on that beak. It's Feathered Friends. You know birds are competitive when they not only race south for the winter, but they stop to do a log rolling competition on the way. The one bird is trying a unique method using a little extra flapping power. But the funny part is, when you're rolling a log, flapping gets you nowhere. Which is why this stopover could be a little bit longer than expected. What you're seeing might explain why the baby's first words will be,
Has anyone here ever heard of a bird cage?
but seriously, this baby is learning a very important life lesson. Feed food you don't like to the pets. And naturally, the bird wants to know, does cereal stay crispy and drool? See if you can tell which of these geese missed his anger management class. Correct. Do you know a funny pet or person? Are you a funny pet or person? Well, tape your pet or yourself doing something funny and send it to Funniest Pets and People, P.O. Box 7898, Burbank, California, 91505-9998. Make sure no animals or people are harmed in the making of your video, and please include your phone number. If we use it on the show, we'll send you $100 on a Funniest Pets and People t-shirt.
That's cute.
Wow, look at that happy chipmunk. And to think most of us feel ripped off when the in-flight meal is peanuts. Of course, this peanut does come with strings attached. Everyone laughs at him. Oh, by the way, the trick, yeah, it works just as well with pizza and frat guys. See you next time on Funniest Pets and People. A dog gets narrow-minded. A bird goes to pieces. A kid who's going in circles. A cat fears troubles a-brewing. Some dogs get the drift. And, somebody needs a bath. It's the show that will have you sick, stay, laugh, and beg for more. Welcome to Funniest Pets and People. People and pets do funny things. For us, it's all in a day's work. After the party, Stinger is in charge of cleanup. He already did the dishes by licking all the cake and ice cream off the plates, cleaned the punch bowl by drinking the rest of the punch. Now it was time to dispose of the decorations. There may be something better for a dog to do than clean up after birthday parties, but right now, Stinger can't think of it. No door-to-door vacuum cleaner salesman had ever been able to crack old Lady McGinty and sell her a vacuum cleaner. No salesman until Manny Mountain, that is. Once Manny showed her the thrifty, nifty, shifty, lifty attachment designed just for dogs, old Lady McGinty bought 2 of them. Old Lady McGinty has never been happier, and Manny Mountain is once again Salesman of the Month. When Jean-Claude found out how much the apartment manager was paying to have the trees trimmed, Jean-Claude begged for the chance to do it himself. He underbid the tree trimmer by $50 a tree and is having the time of his life. To Jean-Claude, it is just vertical fetch with stubborn sticks. When Pom Pom agreed to the old saying, "You scratch my back and I'll scratch yours," she didn't realize she was entering into a verbal pact with Desiree, who had perpetually itchy, dry skin. Sure, Pom Pom got her back scratched first, but she didn't realize she would be scratching Desiree's back for the next 6 to 9 weeks. Just seems like Pom Pom is getting the short end of the stick. While there is a lot of truth to the idea that if at first you don't succeed, try again, it is also true that there comes a time when you need to cut your losses. Seriously, dude, just let someone else try it, okay? Don't worry, we're not going back in time. We're just queuing up funniest pets and people, rewind. Sure, it may be an outdated way to listen to music. But, you know, when Polly stands on the MP3 player, it doesn't move at all. There comes a time when every young man feels he is up to the challenge of taking on his old man. Big Ed has always been the cookie-eating champ in his house. One day, Little Ed attempted to take the old man down a notch. You know, maybe Little Ed should have waited another year or 2. Big Ed is the winner and still champion. Don't fret, Little Ed, you'll get there. Remember, you are a chocolate chip off the old block. Would you like to have fur as amazingly white and soft as our friend the polar bear? Sure you would. But how do they do it, you ask? Well, you can have polar bear soft skin by using the Arctic Loofah. Just get it wet and start a scrubbing. Whether you are polishing your razor-sharp nails, exfoliating your winter coat, or just increasing blood flow, the Arctic Loofah is the sponge for you. Yes, the Arctic Loofah. Ask for it by name. Don't sneak Skipper into the museum for the field trip, Mom had pleaded with Jimmy. Museums aren't designed for dogs. But Jimmy took Skipper anyway, and Skipper took a souvenir. Looks like the brontosaurus in the dinosaur exhibit is missing a toe bone. It started before the sun even came up. Magnet sat next to the radio and eagerly awaited the announcement that, yes indeedy, the McGregor Obedience School was closed for a snow day. Why does it always seem they announce your school last? Then he was outside prancing and dancing and whooping it up. Gotta love snow days. Turns your drab and dreary backyard into a grand and wondrous winter wonderland. If only Magnet showed that kind of enthusiasm at obedience school, he'd be top of his class. And right now, it's enough to be on top of the snow. Jenny was nervous she would stand up too late again. Timing is critical. Maybe it is better late than never. Ladies and gentlemen, Ruprecht's Piano Concerto for Canines in D minor. At least I think that's what it is. After Reggie's behavior at last year's Christmas party, this year they made them hold it in the school bus garage. I mean, how much damage could Reggie do in a garage, right? Next year, let's have the party outside. Either that or hope Reggie's invite gets lost in the mail. Looks like another year of not getting the deposit back. The cool factor of riding a motorcycle is so high because the potential of looking uncool on a motorcycle is even higher. No big deal. No one even noticed. Relax, they all think aliens did it. His field goal percentage may be nil, but little Alvin leads the league in assists, rebounds, and blocked shots. Unfortunately, he also leads the league in double dribbles. Oh, come on, he's a dog. He's gonna double, triple, even quadruple dribble. Think it's a coincidence that the outdoors always has that fresh outdoor smell? I wonder if they use a can of freshener. Swimming in the water has always been fun for Basil, but for real adventure, he likes swimming underwater. Through a tunnel, under a bridge, Basil likes extreme swimming. You go, dog! Binky is tired of reckless RC cars speeding through his neighborhood. So the second he hears that engine whining, he comes out of his doghouse and gives them a little piece of his mind, in hopes of gaining some peace of mind of his own. He's a one-dog neighborhood watch.
This is a backyard, not a racetrack,
he barks.
Puppies and kitties play around here, you know. Slow it down, you speed demon, and buckle up while you're at it. The life you save may be your own.
Binky thinks there's actually a driver in there. It's kind of cute, isn't it? A rolling stone gathers no moss, and Dingo here has taken that nugget of information to heart. Yep, none of the stones in Dingo's yard will ever be mossy because he is on a roll and intends to keep rolling as long as he can. If you like your stones moss-free, give Dingo a call. It may seem like playing keep away from Jeremy is cruel, seeing as how he is at a distinct disadvantage being a dog and all. But it is the only way they can keep the game going, because once Jeremy grabs the ball with his teeth, well, the game's pretty much over. beautiful. Give me chasing. Yes, give me chasing the cat. Oh, terrific, honey. Give me I'm king of the park. Yes. Give me ferociousness. Yes. Okay. Give me an aspirin. Swimming, swimming, swimming. All Marge ever wanted to do was go swimming. Finally, the girls got her out on the golf course instead. And they still ended up getting soaked. Around here, showtime is playtime, and vice versa. This really isn't as strange as it looks, folks. The dog is on vacation and the cat is filling in for a few days. When the cat is on vacation, the dog purrs and plays with yarn. This is why Budgie is a housebird. He could never build a nest because he is too much the perfectionist. He doesn't even like the way his owner is putting the puzzle together. Budgie, don't you know it's easier to tear something down? Try building something up instead. That is where true honor lies, Budgie. Ironically, Cindy Lou isn't even potty trained yet. But boy, when she is, she'll be ready.
On the road to total consciousness, Master Mittens has discovered the sound of one paw clapping and discerned that the bell in his collar indeed tolls for him. Now he must solve the riddle of the bowl, which never fills up. Only then will he know the meaning of life, or 9 lives, as the case may be.
I know this is just a prototype, but seriously, wouldn't auto racing be more exciting if a giant dog was chasing the cars? It would no longer just be men and machines going round and round. No, sir, it would be men and machines going round and round and occasionally being swatted by a giant canine. I'd watch. Mommy can't help herself. She has to adjust everything on the baby. First the hat, then the pacifier. Mommy is a control freak. She needs everything adjusted just right. Baby doesn't need the pacifier adjusted. The only thing that needs adjusting around here is Mommy's attitude. After seeing the survival video, What to Do If You Encounter a Bear, Socrates thought he'd better practice up. If he was going to encounter a bear, he was going to be ready for it. Take that, Mr. Bear. That's right, Socrates had no fear. If he encountered a bear, he would simply shake his hand. And he'd use his special hip shake, too. They would surely become the best of friends.
Being a farm dog is great. There's carrot farms, corn farms, broccoli farms, but by far the best farm to live on is a snow cone farm. Oh yeah, buddy, come harvest time, you get all the snow cones you want.
Leaves are like jazz. They're best when they're smooth.
Carlos loves sleeping on the soft, fuzzy carpet. He likes the way it feels against his skin. But on days when Carlos is feeling particularly itchy, he sometimes wishes it was made out of sandpaper. Donnie was in great shape, but his water aerobics routine was getting, well, routine. So it was time to go up and over and do some serious old-school floor exercises. Oh yeah, feel the burn. Pretty soon his abs will be as hard as his shell. Oh no, looks like someone is getting happy paws. Looks like Gurn is one wild and crazy pup. A good craftsman doesn't blame his tools. Roger is not a good craftsman. Even broccoli and cauliflower are good eats, if you dip them in chocolate. Tom normally enjoyed a huge plate of eggs for breakfast, but ever since the bird started in with the dirty looks, he switched to cereal. Cereal makes everybody happy. Jay has been in his new birdhouse for 3 days now, and the movers still haven't brought his stuff. All he has are a few nuts and the mirror he brought over himself because he was scared they would break it. Every time he hears a car, he flies out the window to see if it's the movers. But it's not. Man, if he knew it was going to be like this, he would have moved everything himself. Truly enjoying a cake means savoring every bite and letting the frosting lilt on every taste bud in your mouth. Really enjoying the cake includes getting it all over your face, hands, and body. I mean, come on, taste buds shouldn't have all the fun. Gramps bragged about his new denture adhesive that let him enjoy corn on the cob again. But was it tough enough to hold with a kitten hanging off the cob? That is the ultimate test. Let's watch. Way to go, Gramps! That denture adhesive is strong stuff. Do you know a funny pet or person? Are you a funny pet or person? Well, tape your pet or yourself doing something funny and send it to Funniest Pets and People, P.O. Box 7898, Burbank, California, 91505-9998. Make sure no animals or people are harmed in the making of your video, and please include your phone number. If we use it on the show, we'll send you $100 on a Funniest Pets and People t-shirt. Did you ever wonder how the Easter Bunny gets in your house? Well, through the door, silly. See you next time. Strap on your water wings and nose clips, because it's time for our annual Waterpalooza. We'll see a boy mow and water the lawn. Mother Nature means business. Some slap-happy siblings. And a new kind of skate fish. So get yourself a good seat and get ready to sink into the funniest pets and people, Waterpalooza. It's the show that will have you sit, stay, laugh, and beg for more. Welcome to Funniest Pets and People. Are those tears from laughter? It's the wet look. These dogs are minding their own business when suddenly it's a sneak sprinkler attack. And no worries, the dogs band together and fight back. And this battle royale will wage on until the doggy warriors have exhausted their final ounce of courage, strength, and energy. Or someone shuts off the water valve. It's funny how babies think slapping a wet bath rag on someone is hysterical. Okay, I guess it's not just babies who think it's hysterical, but the little brother isn't too happy. Seems to make him feel like the man. Well, a man who's about to get his bottom talcumed and diapered before night-night. It's a race against the clock to find out who will win and who will be eliminated on Survivor Bird Bath. Watch the tempers flare and the feathers fly when Bobo betrays his team to get a good spot. All right after Squeal or No Squeal. You know what this means? Tomorrow, Sarah's gonna wind up having a bad flea day. But the dog is having fun, and he figures, hey, at least this time no one can give him a hassle for shedding. Although, with all that dog fur in your hair, you might want to explain what happened to your stylist so she doesn't think you're shedding. Ted and Al figured out a really lazy way to fish. Just stand around in the right spot and wait for him to come to you. Yeah, this is Mother Nature's way of saying, I, the woman. And if you think she's kidding, you talk to the surfer dude who tried to ride this wave and landed in a wheat field in Kansas. He was only 4 years old, but Ronald was determined to make a big splash in soccer. Well, it's a tough spill, and he's drenched. But the good news is, when he gets home, he won't have to hit the showers. Hey, I want to scratch myself and fetch a stick. And a Frisbee. Frisbee made of hamburger and I'm thinking, I like bacon. How sleepy is a dog when he actually falls asleep in the middle of a bath? I'm a good dog. Let's go for a walk. Fire hydrants everywhere. Couch made of hot dogs. All for me. And the proud winner of this year's annual Ferret Indoor Swimming Competition, Freddie Ferret. Don't tell him he was the only swimmer. He may not look like he knows what he's doing, but from the sky, the lawn spells, Jake loves candy. Actually, the dad taught his son everything the boy knows. But unfortunately, not everything the dad knows. Like how to use the brake. Put on those floaties and smile. It's water sports. These folks have a clever fishing method. They put an ad on E-Fish Harmony, and now that trout thinks he's coming aboard for a blind date. And there's no point in throwing him back, because if he wanted a date bad enough to jump on a boat, you know he'll be back again tomorrow. This guy's got his dog into fishing, and now the dog is getting his owner into swimming. But he should have figured this was going to happen when he cast his line, because worms on a hook look just like beef jerky. Well, to a dog. See if you can guess which water skier decided to wear her lead ankle bracelet today. The really unfortunate part of this is they were only 2 minutes from turning in the boat and avoiding another hour's rental fee. Yes. These guys couldn't decide whether to spend their vacation biking, skating, or swimming, so they decided to do all three. After taking the plunge in that icy water, they decided to go for 2 more activities: shivering and sitting in front of the fire. This may look like a pet trick, but it was the only way to keep the dog from eating all the liver treats on the boat. Actually, now that he's on his own raft, he's quite happy. He figures it means he ranks as captain, and now the search is on for the great white catfish. In water skiing school, they'll teach you how to get up on skis, jump, and ski on one ski. But maybe what they should really teach you is how to stop. Get ready to crack up, it's frozen water. So what if Jojo couldn't get the lodge to rent a dog's skis? He was gonna go skiing anyway. Whee! Now, the only problem? Getting them to serve him a hot toddy. This is a little rehearsal for that new Broadway play, The Ice Dog Runneth. And the dog is glad he got the part, but he hopes it's not too long a run. Or it could turn into long day's journey into night. This guy talked his sisters into visiting the local ice sculpture display to bring his family closer together. Mission accomplished. Bill is trying his first jump, and his friend Chuck is there to see that it doesn't turn out so well. But Chuck really shouldn't be laughing at Billy, because it was Chuck's car keys that just fell out of Billy's pocket. Well, there are one of two explanations for what's going on here. Either A, the dog figures,
if I eat all the snowflakes, then my master won't have to shovel the walkway.
Or B, dogs will eat anything. And we're going with dogs will eat anything. This woman wants to go out for a nice casual stroll, but her husband is shooting a video and is hoping for some exciting action.
Go towards the deck a little more.
So whose judgment about walking out into the middle of the icy lake should you trust? If you're her, of course you should trust yourself. But if you're us, at the show here, you should trust the hubby. Because this is one grade A funny clip. One night only at the Coliseum, the all-children skating troupe presents Classic Falls on Ice.
Who can forget the Winter Games slide and stumble of 1982 that cost the gold? Or the slip on a shoelace that ended the Ottawa exhibition of 2004? All the unforgettable flops and classic falls on ice. One night only. Don't let this chance slip through your fingers.
Here comes Roger, and he's off to a good start. But the next time he goes rollerblading, he's going to make sure to take 3 things: a lesson on how to stop, a map, and a change of dry clothes. If that duck is rubber, it must be bath time. This robin is taking a nice dip in what he thinks is a bird bath. Unfortunately, this pug thinks it's a dog dish.
It's a bird bath.
It's a dog dish.
Bird bath, bird bath, bird bath, bird bath.
Dog dish. Fine, I'll just drink from the toilet.
Bird bath.
This mommy is on her knees about to wash her baby in the tub when she suddenly realizes she can't find the bar of soap. Where is it? Where is that slippery bar of soap? Yep, under her knee. But it's a good thing she slipped, because she got even closer and realized someone isn't washing behind their ears. Nope, don't adjust your set. This isn't footage of a dog that loves baths. It's a dog that accidentally ate cat food from the wrong bowl. And now he wants to wash his mouth out pronto. Bring on the agua. And is there any way you can turn it up, please? Coco wanted a new hairstyle for a fair price, but in hindsight, she should have been suspicious of that ad in the classifieds. Wanted, dog for free haircut. Must love shampoo, incredibly long baths, and the sound of side-splitting laughter. Poor Coco. It seems kind of bizarre, but actually what's happening here is pretty simple. The dog knows when he growls at a squirrel, it takes off. So Roger figures go after the water, and it's goodbye baths. It doesn't work that way, Roger. Clarabelle learned this trick from a raccoon she once knew. The one big difference between the raccoon and Clarabelle? Well, the raccoon washed stuff so he could eat it. But Clarabelle is washing it just to cover it in dog spit all over again. Put on that bathing cap. It's water play.
Well, sure, it took a while to find, but no dog goes away unhappy from Hank's hole-in-the-wall mud baths. Yup, Hank's hole-in-the-wall mud baths is the perfect place for your dog to relax and unwind from the constant stress of belly scratches, free food, and sleeping. And our mud is guaranteed to stick. So, even after the long trek home, you'll still be dirty enough to track mud prints across the kitchen. Spray angle, check. Water volume, check.
This is one doggy who takes his job as sprinkler inspector very seriously.
Droplet size, good, good. Okay, now let's smack her around a bit, see if she can handle normal wear and tear. Check. Now water pressure. Check.
Apparently, this sprinkler has officially passed the inspection and is working perfectly, ready to run through. Bluto the dog simply cannot understand how everybody, birds, cats, even houseflies, always find his precious water bowl. Well, here's a 2-word hint, Bluto. Bright red. Yep, he's had it. After discovering every creature on Earth drinking from his bowl, he is determined that nobody gets another drop of water from it. Including Bluto. They say the best workers love their work, and nowhere is that truer than with Ace All-Dog Plumbers. You drop in your wedding ring? You got a stuffed-up pipe? Our doggy plumbers won't send a snake down the drain. They'll plunge in the whole hog, right up to the snout. That way they can really see the problem. And they're fast, because they don't even have to take water breaks. They just drink as they work. Ace All-Dog Plumbers. We love our work. Clyde is in some kind of sprinkler heaven. Actually, after a lifetime of chasing fountains and sprinklers, Clyde needs to take a minute to appreciate this generous bounty and all that the universe has brought to him. Now, back to attacking that fountain.
And now, the Dog Network presents French Cuisine with Eloise the Dog.
Hello, I am your host, Eloise, and today we prepare the classic coq au vin. But first, the gravy. Okay, a little more, a little more, little more, little more, little more, little more, little more, little more.
And that's all the time we have this week for French Cuisine with Eloise the Dog.
Little more, little more, little more, little more, little more. Oh, c'est magnifique!
Brownie got caught drinking out of the dog's bowl and was forbidden to do so again. But his pal Whitey wasn't forbidden. Oh, yeah. Brownie loves beating the system. Now, this doesn't look like a lot of fun, but Bucky heard about that Dutch kid that saved Holland and he stuck his finger in the dike and won a medal and all that stuff. Well, you know, Bucky wouldn't mind a medal. Yeah, a big one. With a ribbon at an award ceremony with pretty girl dogs watching. Oh, yeah, that's the ticket. However, he'd also be willing to save the world for a slice of bacon. Josh loves playing in the surf, and he figures if his buddy Mikey won't go to the water, then he'll bring the water to Mikey. But after repeated attempts to share the sea's fun with his friend, he's getting nowhere. So he decides if Mikey wants to stay in the dark, let him. No one wants dry and tame, so these are wet and wild.
Oh, yeah, in your grill, sucker!
Ladies and gentlemen, the world's only trash-talking poodle.
Eat beach ball! Can't touch this! Booyah! Bring it on! Bring it! That's what I'm talking about! Oh, yeah! Who the man? I the man!
He wants to step onto the mat. Oh, for heaven's sake.
This pooch watched one too many episodes of Baywatch and thinks this woman is in trouble and needs some mouth to snout. Whoops, now the whole raft is sinking. See, it's all fun and games until someone gets their tail caught in the pool drain.
That's about 7 feet of water there.
Well, I'm no golf official, but I would definitely call this a mulligan. Now, if the pooch could only carry your clubs and conveniently look away when you're trying to get out of the rough, he would make the perfect caddy. Now, here's an amazing fish that can do Morse code with his tail.
This is fun, but you can put me back now.
Go ahead.
Wait. Okay, now we've done take 2. Back in the water anytime would be nice. Thank you.
Do you know a funny pet or person? Are you a funny pet or person? Well, tape your pet or yourself doing something funny and send it to Funniest Pets and People, P.O. Box 7898, Burbank, California, 91505-9998. Make sure no animals or people are harmed in the making of your video, and please include your phone number. If we use it on the show, we'll send you $100 on a Funniest Pets and People t-shirt. For those who wonder what the fish are talking about,
I dare you to swim right through them while they're standing there.
I do it.
Sure, I double dare you.
You're talking to one crazy fish. Put your money where your gills are.
50 clams says you won't do it.
Stand back and watch a daredevil at work. Woo-hoo-hoo! Yeehaw! Eat my tail, humans!
see you next time.